Hello guys, Kieran here and welcome back to another Rome 2 Siege replay here on BattleAnthem. Today we're going to see the defense of Eildon by Dacia, RDI and Galatia, taking on the attacking might of Egypt, Carthage and Swaby. This is going to be the first of the first look replay series. I have no idea how this battle finished. I have no idea how this battle goes, but as you can see here straight away, we do have a small guerrilla force outside, so we're going to start the replay focused on there. We will run through the army comps at the end, rather than the beginning, just to get the fight out of the way with. And again, with this being a first look replay, off the top of my head, I cannot remember who was who. So, without further ado, let's get into the action. The Illyrian Raiders with 3 chevrons making the initial charge. Swaby sending over his Riders of the Hunt to try and hold those raiders in place. Got 2 units of Illyrian Raiders again with 3 chevrons making their way around the rear of the settlement. I would assume that they're going to take on Swaby's longbow hunters here if they can get into them. Carthage sending over some supporting troops already. The only downside to this is it's very much in the trees. It's a little difficult to keep an eye on units moving in the trees in a replay. Oh, I like that. Oh, lovely screenshot there. We'll take that one. Lovely. And back to the action. First unit of raiders now wavering. Broken. They're going to be swept up pretty easily. I'd expect Swaby to finish those off. The other 2 raiders have actually taken a huge retreat, not made an attack at all, as Swaby begins to push on. Egypt already making a push forward. They've got 8 heavy siege towers being pushed up, 2 thorax swordsmen and 6 Galatian swords. Going to be the first line of engagement for Egypt there. Defense, shuffling units across now. It seemed a very light defense to begin with. A quick scan across, as well. I know yourselves, you can't actually see the minimap, but there was a very light line across this first area. RDI has now moved his Illyrian cavalry into the same woods as his raiders. And what's this? On the right hand side, we've got 2 units of mercenary Cappadocian cavalry hidden in the little area of trees. We'll come back to those later and see what they can do. It doesn't look like any of the defenders are fired from this Celtic Onager for Galatia has fired at least 1 or 2 shots, managing 8 kills already. Swaby pushing hard for this corner. I'm not sure how wise a strategy that will be. We know RDI, they don't particularly have archers. In fact, looking at these army comps here, RDI haven't actually brought any ranged units, so that's going to be fun to see how that comes out. Got the Bastion Onager here. What's he doing? Let's see. Is he getting any decent shots off? Just missing there, hitting the tower. Onega's currently at 24 kills, so not doing too bad. He's obviously had a few kills from ricochets. Oh, that's a nice shot there over into the Carthaginians. Only taking out 2 men. The second shot bouncing straight off the side of the siege tower. That's unfortunate there. And now we've got the Swaby artillery in the back there. German ballistas moving forward. The 4 longbow hunters here for Swaby. Putting quite a few volleys into that one unit of Illyrian raiders. Could that be a waste of ammo? Could it be the right move? Only time will tell. But here come the Illyrian cavalry now. Let's follow these cavalry in on their charge. Let's see how successful they're going to be. They avoid the spears. And, oh, look at that. That's a great charge by the cavalry. And they caught the longbow hunters. Brilliant work. See, I did think they were going to be caught up here by the berserkers, but they did manage to avoid them quite well. Got the first unit of berserkers. I'm not sure how wise that is, sending berserkers up first. Yes, they're a strong force. Like they will hold, they will fight and fight and fight, but such a poorly armoured unit as the first unit in doesn't tend to end too well, especially with all the levies that are going to be piled straight into them. Yep, Illyrian Thurios spears now pushing up. They're going to start throwing some rounds in. Great levy shots there from the Illyrian raiders. 10 kills in that one volley. In goes the second volley. Oh, 12 kills. Great shots there from Swaby coming straight over the top, taking out 3 Thurios spears from this unit. Not quite making it as far as the Celtic warriors though. Egypt and Carthage still slowly pushing up, but not quite making it to the walls yet. Longbow hunters coming back. Illyrian Thurios spears on the wall now, getting a nice few volleys. Just clearing out those longbow hunters. Got one unit wavering already. Can they be broken with another volley? No, he puts them into a second unit. He's whittling these men down very quickly. They were full strength before he threw in. 87 kills already. Almost 100 kills. Yep, there we go. 100 kills already for this Thurios Spears unit. Just absolutely destroying these longbow hunters for Swaby. We've got one unit of berserkers now in the fight, out of control. Second unit of berserkers in support, but losing decisively. Oh, it's a great artillery shot into both of these lines. Now 10 hoplites short. And now Egypt are beginning their assault, trying to take on this heavy line of Dacian armoured spears. The melee defense and the armour of these guys combined is pretty fucking brilliant. Egypt beginning to neutralise this tower now, as they have got a few men into the zone. I'm not sure if Galatia was meaning to give that away, but he has done. And what's this now? A Galatian Cappadocian cavalry is slowly making its way around. We'll have to come back to those later on and see what's going on. This unit of Thorax Swords just standing here. Why are they not pushing in? Like, these units have got their backs to you. Why are they not at least firing Peeler into the backs of these units? Oh, never mind, there are... damn unit flags being stuck to a particular man. I didn't realise these are actually the mercenary Gallic warriors of Carthage, not the Gallic hunters of Galatia that I first thought. It doesn't look like it's going very well at all for Swaby so far. He's got one unit of longbow hunters that are broken but seemingly not moving. Second unit wavering down to 23 men. They've got a unit here with 32 men. It's really not been kind on Swaby this initial push. I don't think they were helped at all by RDI putting his 30 spears up on the wall so quickly as they pushed in. Got the armoured spears here, losing to the Galatian swords, who are currently being supported by the Egyptian archers, firing over, getting some nice volleys over the top here, but they are into armoured spears, so a very heavily armoured unit. It's going to take a couple of volleys each time to take a man or two down. They do have mercenary axe warriors in here with the armoured spears. Oh, I do like this. Lovely bit of close-up combat. See these two here, just dueling it out. Oh, and the poor Galatian goes down. And it looks like Egypt have been completely halted on this side. He is surrounded by Galatian swords. And nice few volleys still coming over there from the Egyptian slingers this time. 9 kills and 3 kills. Not as effective as we probably would have expected. The Egyptian archers look like they're getting a little bit too close. Mercenary Syrian archers here for Galatia. I'm sure they're going to start firing into those guys soon. Let's move back over here, and Swaby are actually making some progress. Not much, but every little helps in the art of war. Like, every inch you push a defender's back is the equivalent to actually pushing forward yourselves twice as far. Especially if you can get to a position where you can force the defenders to have to retreat. Because as soon as their units begin to retreat and turn the backs on you, you've got a lot of easy kills sat there waiting for your ranged units just to fire into the backs of them. It looks like those Illyrian raiders from outside are being brought back round and in now, so I guess they weren't so successful. Galatia's cavalry must have been seen on its way over, because Egypt have reformed the lines. Oh, and here we go. Cappadocian cavalry in the rear, just charging. Let's focus on these guys a second and see what they're going to do. Oh, apparently nothing. They're just reforming in the trees. This is not a bad strategy, but now there we go. Yep, just as I was about to say, he's now left them open to archer fire. They're retreating very quickly. Egypt generally with Ptolemaic cavalry and a single unit of Carthaginian Scutari cavalry making their way over. I think they're just trying to secure those lines and minimise the risk from the cavalry. Let's move back into the settlement now, where Egypt are being held solid. Dacia don't really seem to be worrying at all. Not Dacia, sorry, Getae. I always call them Dacia because of the Dacian heavy bowmen, but they are Getae, not Dacia. I do apologise for that, people. I know a lot. I know that some of you will probably mention that in the comments somewhere. Oh, it's Dacia, you idiot. No, it's Getae. Dacian heavy bowmen for Getae. it's one of them mornings for me. It really is. Another unit of longbow hunters here wavering due to casualties. Second, they've got. Yeah, so currently Swaby have a total of 52 ranged men left. It's safe to say, yep, they've got 52 men remaining as far as archers. 51 and 43 kills. That's not good at all. Oh, look at this now. The defense are seemingly not even bothering with a final stand. They are pushing everything forward now. It looks like they believe they can take this one at the walls, so we will just have to wait and see. For the moment, I am going to shut my mouth for a couple minutes and focus on this combat here for you guys. Enjoy the bloodshed. So things really don't seem to be going well for the attackers so far at all. Oh, Swaby has managed to push a couple of units to spear wall up here on the left flank. Well, left flank from the defender's point. Oh, the wavering almost instantly. That spear wall down to... Oh, we didn't see the Thurios spears here. They were hidden between the Libyan infantry and berserkers flags. That should be an easy hold for the defenders now. Oh. It looks like the defenders are beginning to fall back. We've got 24 minutes left in this battle replay. So, based on the time that's passed so far, we know that this battle didn't make it to a 1 hour timeout. So the defenders either lost within the hour or were able to rout the attackers beforehand. There's a quite common mistake a lot of people make is with the timer here at the bottom. Obviously, each typically a battle has a 60-minute time limit. If the replay shows less than 60 minutes on the timer, that itself is the battle timer. That is the entire length of the battle. So there are 23 minutes, 30 seconds left of combat here. See, these Eastern archers and slingers really not doing the jobs. I kind of I can't help but feel a little sorry for the attackers here because this has gone really poorly for them. Yeah, defenders are beginning to fall back now and set up. A little confused by that. It seemed as if they were pushing everything forward and now they are pulling everything back. I don't know. It seems like a waste of troop movement to me because the more you've got your men running around, the quicker they will tire. For example, this unit here, active rather than fresh. Clearly based on the unit number and the fact they've got kills, they have seen combat, but leaving a unit out of combat and simply standing still can actually, will increase the freshness. Oh, pardon me. I'm still waiting to see what happens with these cars. Oh, no. Glacier there now retreating the cavalry. Or is he going to come round here? Oh, and that's it. One of the Cappadocian cavalry getting straight through. And fleeing very quickly from the Ptolemaic shock cav. Not entirely sure what Galatia's doing there with the cavalry. It could well just be a distraction tactic, because the more these guys have to focus on this area, the less time spent focusing on the units currently being destroyed within the settlement. I'm really not sure about that formation. Marching in column formation is brilliant for trying to push through gaps. For example, if you were to try and come across here, but you can't go under the tower, so it's going to crash into the side of either one of these forces. They are tired. They're not going to see much. So, as I said, they can't go underneath that, so they will come around it. It's actually turning. Actually, could work out quite well. Galatia's starting to thin out here on this right-hand side. Oh, we've got some fantastic shots coming over here from the Dacian heavy bowman of Getae. See, I remembered. I remembered this time. I really don't know what the attackers are doing there. They're turning the back on the archer fire, on the peeler. No good can come from that, surely. This side is still holding. Still holding. With Levy Freeman. Oh, we do have a Galatian legionary in the mix. 236 kills. Down to half the unit now. 237 kills. Egyptian archers and slingers now getting in. Not doing too badly, getting a couple kills per volley. I do think they could have taken a better angle. Like if they'd lined up like here, perfect side shot into these legionaries. If they lined up here, perfect side shot into the Levy Freeman. But you don't really want to be wasting ammo on Levy Freeman when you've still got this to deal with as a defence. I honestly don't, apart from these couple of volleys that have just gone over into the attackers down here, I don't think Getae's bowmen have actually fired a shot. So the attackers... Oh! Well, we didn't see that coming. Cavalry has been brought back inside, leaving one unit on the far right flank, and this other unit has charged straight into combat. 11 kills. Not lost a man yet. Oh, and in comes the Levy Freeman. Cavalry's trying hard to pull out. And they're actually capable of pulling out quite successfully there. They lost 12 men in that combat, taken out 11. I don't quite think they got off the charge bonus like they could have done. Like the 38 charge bonus is quite high, so I would have expected more kills from the charge itself that obviously didn't come. So This Dacian Artil Onaga. 0 kills. They do still have a full 4 men. It does look like it's out of ammo though, it's not loaded at all. Mercenary Cappadocians, 21 kills, having lost 14 men. So positive KD, but still not quite what you'd expect from Cappadocian cavalry. Attackers making sure to wipe out that artillery in case they did have shots remaining. So far, balance of power is slightly in the defender's favour. Not hugely. This could still be an attacker's victory. With the 2 thorax pikemen. Very well armoured pikes, but I don't think I'd bring 2 pikes on attack. Because anybody who plays Rome knows that getting pikes into formation on the move is seriously difficult in Rome 2. It's quite typical for players to want to run units, but you attempt to run pikes and you'll end up with a formation that looks like an S that's got squashed. In my experience, you tend to have to walk pikes everywhere in order to keep the formation, which, if you're attacking and you've brought 2, can be a big risk, because while that unit is walking and others are running ahead, you are going to leave them exposed, and if there are remaining cavalry like the defence still have, there's not much to stop them by flanking round and taking the pikes on from the rear, or even getting a good flanking charge into the sides. Oh, we missed that then. Cappadocian cavalry charging the archers. Now up to 83 kills. Only lost 2 men in that engagement. 3 men, sorry. Doubled the kills and lost 3 men. Not bad going at all. Dacian heavy bows now firing. Getting some nice volleys in onto these Carthaginian troops. Oh no, he's made the same mistake again. Oh no, he's actually turning to face the archers now. So that will offer him a little protection as far as the shield cover. But as you can see, he's still going to lose units to that. I want to get a screenshot with some great arrow fire. Come on, boys, give me more arrows. There we go, that'll do. So he's now moving one of his units of Libyan infantry. These Cappadocian cavalry are just everywhere. Oh, they got 1 more kill there. He's now charging. Oh, Libyan infantry still on the move. Took that charge quite heavily. It's quite a common mistake. I see it a lot. It's one I've made myself as well countless times. Your best bet when being charged by cavalry is to have your unit hold and just halt. Just basically just stop in the position they're currently in. As it offers a stronger bracing protection to the charge, and you will lose less men. If you try and counter-charge cavalry with infantry, you are going to lose men very, very quickly. And as a result of the charge being so successful by the cavalry, it can cause morale issues for the opposition. The morale issues isn't like a fixed feature. It's based solely on the amount of kills from the initial charge. So you're not going to rout a unit that's not seen combat yet with a single charge. But like there we go. Like we've just seen here with these archers, one charge to just over half a unit, and they've routed. They're only broken, not shattered, so there is still a chance that they will return. Oh, this is not looking good at all for the attackers now. Very, very, very small forces, and the balance of power are now quite clearly in the defenders' favour. I'm not entirely sure what they're going to do with these generals and the cavalry. They've not been able to get them inside. They've not been able to neutralise the gate. It's a very, very strong display defensively, in my opinion. Just 10 minutes remaining, and with the forces available, like for example, if we check the overview map here, there is a huge defensive force by comparison. I don't understand why they've left this ram here, or exactly what they were doing with this ballista. This ballista itself has nope, that's the noble swords. 122 kills, so not too bad. I do believe it would have been more effective to take out a wall space, just because all of these towers here are just open for archer fire instantly. You simply block defensive line here, here, and here, and then stick your archers here, and that's it. Everything on this side is almost swollen. I'm trying to minimise swearing on replays. I know I swear a lot during live streams and other battles, but that's the heat of combat. I'm not in combat right now, so it's pointless. Oh, we've got these thorax pikemen, 100 plus men. That does not look like 100 plus men. Oh, the rest are still stuck in combat. They're trying to make their way over. Attempting to neutralise the gate, but they are not far forward enough. This entire circle, once the defenders enter that circle, they will stop him neutralising. Oh, big mistake from the thorax pikes. Say goodbye, Mr. Pikeman. Oh, I can't help but feel sorry for that unit. Thorax pikes here, having a little more success. 15 kills. Or is that 14 kills? Sorry. Who are these archers actually firing on? Oh, they're firing into noble swords for Gete. I love the fact that they've got these pikes here. Oh, and there we go. Just exactly what I was going to say. It surprised me that the defenders haven't used the walls to get around, but they now are doing. You've got the Galatian noblemen charging the Cretan archers. You've got the Celtic slingers, mercenary Syrians, and a unit of Illyrian Thureos spears coming round. These archers are going nowhere. They are trapped. Ah, the general and the mercenary Satari cavalry have both dismounted in order to enter the settlement, and the Egyptian general is still running around on his cavalry. I don't understand what the attackers' plan was here. Did they have a plan? Did they not? So, as far as I believe, there was a pick and ban phase for this, as it was a scrim, so a tournament practice for those of you unaware as to what a scrim is. Well, technically it's just an organised practice, but typically it's between competitive teams anyway. I don't understand what the attackers were trying to do. Egypt is retreating his cavalry. How? How is there still 6 minutes left? Ballista crew return. Or will they? No. Yeah, I'm gonna fast forward this last bit because I don't really see the attackers doing anything. Attackers are trying to hide in the trees, but not able to do so. Oh, and there we go, hidden. And now not hidden. Not understanding this at all. I don't know if like he believed he could take it all on by himself with his general, but I don't get that at all. Right, how do we still have 3 minutes remaining? Ah, maybe the Swaby Ballista crew are hidden. Ah, the defense don't have any cavalry left, okay. And there it is, Swaby General. They were very, very well hidden, actually. Riders of the Hunt and Noble Riders. Two very effective units if used correctly, but it looks as though they're just being left to the slaughter now. Charged in the flank. And that is going to be that. was a costly victory for the defenders. So, on a defensive side, we actually had 3 members of the Ironborn, of GloomyCorn for Galatia, Pizzamaker as Adi, and Gete as Inoriez. I did forget to mention, I think I might have forgot to mention it at the beginning, that was actually the Battle of Eildon, for anybody wishing to know the settlement. It was a large Eildon. The battle's been run on large funds, typical tournament rules, 1, 2, 4, no pike stacking, blah blah blah. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at these kills. Right, I don't understand Swaby's army. He went all elite. But that's not an army to attack with at all. Like, I don't know if I know these guys. They said I know MySKO, Giannis, and Griffin are a team. I apologise for not remembering the team name. That wasn't information that was given to me. But that is not an attacking army for Swaby. Egypt, slightly improved army comp compared to Swaby. Not necessarily something I would have gone with. I think he's gone overkill with his thorax swords. Could have possibly traded out a couple of them for some Thurios spears. Give himself like that precursor. Griffin was his highest killing unit. 258, 234, 240 with thorax swords. 178 with Galatian swordsman. Credit to you there, Giannis. Like, that's a respectable kill score for Galatian swords. Griffin. It's a fairly typical Carthage army, really. Two of the Gallic warriors doing very poorly. Same with the Libyan infantry. What were you doing with your archers? Like, how can you manage? It's 98. How can you only manage 120 kills between 3 Cretan archers? Like, one of the best archer units in the game, and you've got the amount of kills with all 3 that people would typically expect from 1. Gloomy here for Galatia, 149, 134 for his Cappadocian cavalry. Not the greatest Cappadocian cavalry kill scores, but definitely made themselves worth what was spent. 271, 231 for his first 2 Galatian legionaries, 150 for the 3rd unit, who still had plenty of men remaining. These 2 archers here, 73 and 49. Again, not the greatest of scores with Syrian archers. Similar to Cretans, one of the best in the game. The 180 is a respectable score. 90 with Celtic slingers isn't too bad, considering slingers can only fire line of sight. There's no firing over buildings or anything like that, unless you've actually got the high ground. Galatian swords here, 140, 117, a couple with mid to high 90s. So they did okay. Could have possibly done better with these 3, 53, 57 and 27. But hey, he got just shy of 2160. It's the highest kill score in the game. He did have the 2nd largest army though. Pizza, let's see how he did. His general never saw combat. His Illyrian raiders. I can't understand having put 3 chevrons on these guys, because That doesn't make sense to me. These guys here with the 3 chevrons, 118, it's respectable but still not great considering the money spent in adding those chevrons that could have been better spent on possibly another unit. Illyrian Thurios Spears, one of the weaker Thurios Spears in the game, but still quite respectable kills. Not too sure about this 81, but meh, not really much you can say or do about that. We've got the 4 Mercenary Celtic Warriors as well for RDI. We've got 180, 123, 102 and 93. Not too bad, all around 100 kills. This guy close to 200. Whoever he is, he deserves a promotion. Inoriez, he brought with him 3 units of Noble Swords, including his general. This one here, 225 kills and only lost about 20% of the unit. That's some good going. Dacian Heavy Bows, 182, 162, 2 fantastic kill scores for Heavy Bowmen. I'm not entirely sure on these 2 guys what happened with them, the 32 and 54. I can only assume that they're the 2 units that didn't fire until right near the end. 175, 75, 50 and 79 for Armoured Spears. The 175 is really good. The 50, not so great. Falksmen, considering how poorly armoured these guys are, they're pretty great kill scores. To one of the units that typically you will have to charge them in, then retreat them, and then charge them in. Like their entire bonus is their entire meta, shall we say, as far as the combat is concerned, is the charge bonus. Because of how poorly armoured they are, and they don't have the greatest of defense stats either, as far as I remember. I will double check that though, just to be sure. We've got 95 Axe Warriors, 89 with Axe Warriors, 116, 144. It's respectable kills for the Axe Warriors. The 144 did well, the other 3 is fairly average. Griffin here with Carthage. These 4 units of Libyan infantry did brilliantly, especially this guy here with the 305. I really don't know what the hell happened to these guys with just 63 kills. Mercenary Noble is not even making it to 50 kills. Jeez, that's not something you see every day. These Samnite Warriors as well all did really poorly. So it was a Pyrrhic victory in the end for the defenders, based on Rome's decision as far as how the battle went. I wouldn't say that was a Pyrrhic victory, because the defense seemed to dominate the entire battle. No disrespect to the attackers, but the TIB guys on defense, they did make that look easy. As far as me watching it back just then, so I don't know. Maybe the attackers were just having a bad day. We'll never know. There has supposedly been a rematch arranged on the same settlement where the 6 players involved will switch sides. I'm just waiting on confirmation as to when that's going to happen. If and when it does, I'm actually hoping to stream that one live as a spectator, so that itself could be interesting. So yeah, it's safe to say that is the end of today's replay. And for those of you who didn't pay attention at the beginning, I've been Kieran, and this has been the Battle Anthem.